in Winnipeg.
Can't go this way, Coach.
Back live at Winnipeg Stadium. Before we're done tonight, the TSN Turning Point will be brought to you by Mr. Lube, doing it right before your eyes.
Did you see the dipstick?
They showed you the dipstick.
Was that the dipstick?
That was the dipstick.
At Mr. Lube, you'll be part of a great oil change.
I'd know a dipstick anywhere.
Mr. Lube, doing it right before your eyes.
On first down, the Bombers grab a couple. Make it 7 yards, actually, for Dylan McCullough. So Kerwin Bell goes back to the running game to try and get something going. And this is the only play you missed.
Little draw play to Dylan McCullough up the middle. Breaks to his left. Tackled in there by Arkel Trulock, but got to keep him involved. Even if he's only getting a couple yards, that time he ripped off about 6. But if he's only getting a couple, at least it keeps him honest.
From the shotgun, they try it again. This time, McCullough has enough for the first down. He's out across the 43. First down for the Bombers in the second half.
Well, we talked about Dylan McCullough being one of the keys for the Bombers. Last in the league running the football, and they got to get him involved. And also have mentioned the controversy is going on a little bit right now with Corey Philpott and Dylan McCullough. So Dylan McCullough knows that Philpott's over there. You know, he would like to play hard, make sure he comes up with good game after good game, keep his job.
Bell goes deep. He's got Armstrong. Down to the 30-yard line. There's a little heat on him, but he got the ball away. Biggest play of the night for the Bombers.
Getting some pressure from Arkel Trulock. Right off the edge. Arkel Trulock right here is the guy who's providing the pressure. Talked about his thumb. His thumb doesn't look too hurt there because he gets that one out and over to Armstrong. See how that one has the nice arc on it coming over the shoulder. Chris Armstrong has to reach back. But he comes up with a big catch and the biggest play for the Bombers all night.
35-yard gain. Confidence for Bell. Goes right to the end zone. Oh, still bouncing around. Robert Gordon didn't miss it by much.
Yeah, and that's the one that you can't put on Bell. It's a tough catch, and it's a tough catch in traffic. But Robert Gordon, more times than not, comes up with it. I mean, you got to come up with this catch right down the seam. And again, it's a strike, so the thumb seems to be getting better for Kerwin Bell, or at least he's getting used to the pain. But you see that one right out in front. Safety was on his way, but he wasn't there yet. Robert Gordon has got to come up with that.
I'd agree with you. 2nd and 10. Bombers at the Roughrider 31. Swing pass for Dylan McCullough. One man to beat. Willie Plus beaten by McCullough. I thought Willie had him lined up. McCullough picks up 11 and a first down.
Well, it's pretty good speed by Dylan McCullough, and I'll tell you why, because he's running one-on-one with one of the best tacklers in the history of the game in Willie Pless. Willie Pless out to the outside is one-on-one right there. Look at number 39 has the well, that's a bad circle. Look at the 39. He's got the angle, and he gets the angle beaten by McCullough to the outside. He just uses his speed to outrun Pless to the sideline.
Yeah, it wasn't one of your better circles.
No, it wasn't a great circle. Having technical difficulties with my circle thing here.
So McCullough comes up with a big first down for the Bombers. Riders are now looking at an injury.
It's just amazing, John, what one play does for you, though. That Chris Armstrong catch gets everyone hopping around, and now they're Winnipeg Blue Bombers are sort of bouncing, and the Saskatchewan defense is reeling. Arkel Trulock was the injured Rough Rider, and they're looking at him right now. So one play can turn things around for you in a hurry, and you just got to come away with points if you're Winnipeg now to make sure you capitalize on that momentum switch.
18-6 with 3:49 to play, third quarter.
It really was a great catch, too, by Chris Armstrong, going back to that key play, corner route, running on Vincent Donaldson. Again, one of the good cover men in the Canadian Football League. He gets in behind him, but the ball is thrown perfectly because it's out to the outside. See how Armstrong had to reach way back to get it? Comes up with the catch. Trulock will have to go out for at least 3 plays, but he looks like he'll be okay.
So the Bombers threatening here with a first down at the Saskatchewan 20. Best moments of the night for Winnipeg fans on this drive. Shotgun. Bell.
He threw it away. Yeah.
He aimed it for the mascot, old Buzz over there.
This play had no chance from the start. The formation was wrong. Kerwin Bell got to the line of scrimmage and was trying to call the formation on the play. D-Lam McCullough looked like he was lined up on the wrong side. He started trying to direct traffic. When he realized that he couldn't direct the traffic, he just said, I'm going to snap it and just throw it out of bounds and let's reload. He didn't want to waste a timeout this early in this game. See how direct traffic, he's trying to get D-Lam McCullough to the right. McCullough, he doesn't understand. He's thinking it's the slot back Armstrong. Confusion right at the beginning.
2nd and 10. The heat was on. The touchdown is there. Armstrong. 20 yards. And Bell is a crumpled heap on the field.
He paid the price. Whoa, did he pay the price for that one. Wow. Kerwin Bell got his bell rung. He waited that extra second, and that extra second.
Oh, he's in big pain down there.
He is. An extra second bought him the touchdown, but it came at a price.
New hope for the Bombers. They climb within 5 points of the Saskatchewan Roughriders. But the Bomber quarterback, Kerwin Bell, who tossed this to Armstrong in the end zone, is shaken up. 18-13 on Adidas Friday Night Football.
The Grey Cup is traditionally Canada's largest party, and thanks to Uniglobe Travel and the CFL, getting there just got easier. Fans can choose from one of 3 affordable travel packages and be part of the great Canadian party. Space is limited, so don't wait. Call 1-800-268-4400 to book your trip to the Grey Cup and join the party.
Kerwin Bell being attended to at the Blue Bomber bench. He's been hammered a couple of times tonight, but nothing like this.
This is a safety right here, and he's a rookie, Stephon Fortin. He gets caught way too shallow. That's why Vincent Donaldson gets beat. Vincent Donaldson's looking for safety help in the middle of the field there, and there is none. Stephon Fortin snuck up and got caught. Armstrong realized it, and they're looking at Kerwin Bell, who got rocked throwing that football. Neil Smith lowered the boom on Bell as he delivered the football, and they're still looking at him up the sideline.
Here's the kickout. Reggie Jones returning for Saskatchewan. This is an interesting play. Jones still standing as he crossed the 50. 33 on the return. Kerwin Bell being attended to, and here's what happened.
Well, this is a big hit by Neil Smith that drives him to the turf. Of course, he's already nursing the store hand. He didn't even see his receiver, number 81. See, Kerwin Bell sees him now. He sees him open. He sees the safety short, delivers the football, but he doesn't see this part.
No, because he's looking up at the sky.
Yeah, all he sees is the black sky above him. Now they're looking at Bell on the sideline. He was holding that passing arm. Neil Smith drove him hard into the turf. See if he can return to the football game.
After a good return, first down Saskatchewan. Mike Saunders hasn't been as effective running the ball in the second half. The Bombers have made some adjustments. He had over 100 in the first.
Well, you got to credit Gene Gaines, the defensive coordinator. He's made some adjustments to stop the run. He's got Henry Newby up, and he's got him playing on the line of scrimmage a little bit and flowing to the football. He's got that defensive line respecting the run and making sure they take care of their gaps.
Little or no gain there. Saunders has only 9 yards in the second half. 1:49 to go, third quarter. Steve Sarkisian looking deep, looking for Mayfield. Missed him. Sarkisian was throwing on the run to his right, and when he did,
He couldn't put the accuracy on the football because Curtis Mayfield was in behind Harold Nash. And in that one, Steve Sarkisian would like back. See how much he's in behind by about 3 yards. Now, if he throws that football to Mayfield's left shoulder, Mayfield makes the adjustment in behind Harold Nash, and he's in the end zone right now. But because Sarkisian was rolling to his right, didn't get the accuracy on the ball he wanted, Mayfield couldn't come up with it.
McCallum's punt won't get a return by the Bombers. 36. And no return.
Well, how big of a price was it that Kerwin Bell took when he threw that touchdown? Well, big enough to keep him on the sideline. We're going to see Troy Kopp.
So both starting quarterbacks have been forced to the sidelines in this one.
Blue 9, she wants to go back post. Blue 9. Blue 9.
Yeah. Hey, Woody!
What do you like?
248, I'm going to call post backside.
So post backside. 248, post backside.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what they're saying. Blue 9. Blue 9 usually means like some kind of rollout. Now, I don't know the terminology for Winnipeg, but I'm trying to make an educated guess here. Blue 9, probably a rollout. And then he said the backside post. So he's going to roll one way, throw that backside post the other way. Maybe.
Does it make sense to you?
Well, I think it's a good call. I mean, it's a deep ball, but we'll see if that's exactly what it is. A bit of a guess.
Kerwin Bell got the Bombers into the end zone moments ago. 7 plays to travel 78 yards. Armstrong was key, the 20-yard touchdown catch. And 35 before that to set it up.
Yeah, he really gave the team momentum. A couple big catches by Armstrong in traffic, and Kerwin Bell. He showed you the hit he took from Neil Smith. It was a nice pass, a good read, recognizing that he had Chris Armstrong in behind the coverage. This is the hit he takes because of it, and he hasn't returned to the game after that. 2 big catches by Armstrong, and all of a sudden Winnipeg's back into it. But they're going to have to win this one, it looks like, with their backup quarterback, because the ice bag is on Kerwin Bell's thumb right now.
It was a slow start for Bell, but he did get to the end zone.
Well, you know,
paid the price, as you saw.
Yeah, that was his drive. I mean, up until that drive, Kerwin Bell was struggling in a big way. I mean, up until that drive, he wasn't really generating a whole lot of offense.
Timeout at Winnipeg Stadium. It's Adidas Friday Night Football. Bell and the Bombers closing in on the Roughriders. Down near the 20-yard line. Glenn, I think it's Travis Smith, but I really haven't been able to see the number yet.
I don't see.
There you go. 48 it is.
Yeah, I don't see Travis Smith in the lineup. That's taking a look at him. Out of Alabama.
Hard-hitting ball game. Bell is out. Slack is out.
Interesting.
Arkel Truluck was shaken up. Eric Johnson for the Bombers was injured in the early going. And we don't know if we're going to see Kerwin Bell back in the game or not.
Well, usually when you put the ice pack on, it means you're not coming back, because if you sprain your thumb and you keep moving it and keep working it, put the tape on and make sure it stays loose, you can come back in. But once you put that ice pack on, it'll freeze right up on you.
Get our doctor.
And you get,
Get our doctor. Tell him to come here.
and you get no movement out of that thumb, and I think that pretty much is an indication that Bell's done for the night.
Big game tomorrow at BC Place. Hope you'll join us. CFL Live, Calgary and BC. What's on the line here?
Oh, nothing much. Just first place in the West.
Wally Buono hasn't beaten the BC Lions, coached by Greg Mons yet.
Big game for Calgary, actually, because BC has beaten Calgary twice this year. They win that one, they win the series. And if it's tied at the end of the year, then BC would have home field advantage.
No doubt about it. They are the 2 best teams in the West, both at 8-3, the Lions and the Stampeders. Roughriders have struggled at Winnipeg Stadium since Cal Murphy used to coach the Blue Bombers. They haven't won here. 3-8 this season. The Roughriders 27-56, the record over the last 5 seasons. One road victory last year is all the Roughriders could manage, and 5 road games in 5 years. That's certainly not good enough to be a real competitive football team. So all kinds of heat on everybody associated with this green and white football team in Regina.
Yeah, but you know, I really got to say something about the fans and the fans here in Winnipeg as well. And because a lot of people have been saying there's pressure on these teams to win now because they're losing fans in a hurry, and you really shouldn't be doing that. I mean, a football fan is with the team, win, lose, or draw. And I know there's been some frustrating years in a row for Saskatchewan and here in Winnipeg, but that doesn't mean you walk away. And a lot of people talk about this. They talk about football players who walk away from teams or want to leave a team and go to a contender. Well, they say that's selfish and that's selling out on your teammates. And I agree with that. But if you're a fan that doesn't come to the game because your team's losing, you're doing the exact same thing.
You off your soapbox now?
Well, they're going to take Travis Smith off, make sure they take every precaution with him and check him out, get the doctors and the medical staff out there to check him out. He's moving, which is the good sign.
But this is not a good sign with the ambulance on the field and trying to get this stretcher underneath him. Take another timeout. We'll be back to Winnipeg Stadium in a minute. 2 game stories in one, really, as we look at it. With 1:30 to go in the 3rd quarter, Mike Saunders in the early going, 124 yards rushing, couple of touchdowns. Reggie Slack had a good start. Kerwin Bell had a pretty good 3rd quarter.
Until he got knocked out. Total offense still favoring the Riders. That's because of the Mike Saunders yards, but the Winnipeg defense has responded here in the 2nd half and really shut down Saunders a little bit. So starting to even out, and Winnipeg's got a little momentum, and Kerwin Bell's trying to loosen up the arm. He was just throwing a little bit. He looked like he was in a lot of pain.
He's got the ice pack off that you were talking about a few moments ago.
Yeah, you got to get that off first. And he just wanted to test it one more time, and he talked to the coaching staff and see how he feels, but he was wincing every time he threw.
Crunch of the game is brought to you by Carstairs Collision Repair Centers. We do a bang-up job every time. And I think this is my nomination.
Yeah, well, I would second it. Neil Smith on Kerwin Bell, and
that was on the touchdown play, and Bell got it away just in time. Chris Armstrong with a 20-yard reception. Crunch of the game brought to you by Carstairs Collision. We do a bang-up job every time. A round of applause for Travis Smith as he's placed on the stretcher and will soon be in the back of the ambulance that's on the turf here at Winnipeg Stadium. So we don't know the seriousness of the injury, but we'll try and keep you posted. Travis Smith, a first-year Saskatchewan Roughrider, is in the ambulance now and will be transported to hospital moments from now. So Cal Murphy's Saskatchewan Roughriders had a very solid first half. Mike Saunders, as we talked about, and Reggie Slack playing very well. Slack is out of the game.
Well, here's something that they got to think about now, though, and Cal Murphy's got some concerns, and for a reason. First of all, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers have got some momentum back, and Cal Murphy also knows that he right now has the wind at his back.
Bombers get it for the 4th.
Right. They get it for the 4th and for the long quarter. So he knows he's got to make hay while he has the win. Now, it's died down a little bit. So it's not as much of a factor, but you always want, and that's right by the goalpost. It kind of swirls, it comes
Just
in.
like Bob Cameron told you before the game, it was going to die down.
Yeah, well, he's got the inside track on that. It's going to die down, but then he also said it was going to pick up as the quarter progressed. So he's going to see some more wind in the 4th. And that's the quarter that the Winnipeg Blue Bombers will have the win, and that's why you see concern on that man's face. And that, of course, also for Travis Smith.
It's a 5-point ball game with the Riders on top, 18-13. 1:26 to go in the third quarter. Bombers first and 10, beginning at the 20. This is Troy Kopp at quarterback. Looks deep. That's the play called right on the money. Robert Gordon. That was his call, wasn't it?
That was his call. We talked about it. Blue 9, that's the rollout. Blue 9 is the rollout to the left. So here comes Blue 9. Blue 9, and then you got the backside post, and then up the seam. Good explosion by Robert Gordon when he makes the cut. He gets in behind Douglas Kraft, and the ball is right on the money.
44 yards. Troy Kopp led the Bombers out of their 10-game losing skid last year with a 1-point win.
And now more props for Saskatchewan defensively, because Michael Lawson is also down on the field now, and they're looking at his knee. Travis Smith, we saw, just left out of the linebacking core, and now Michael Lawson from that front three is down.
Truelock was shaken up earlier as well, and we've told you a time or two that Reggie Slack was forced out of the game with a knee injury that sounds fairly serious.
Well, interesting to see how they're going to make the adjustments defensively.
Maybe we can see it here. Number 93.
There he is, right there in the middle of your screen. Well, you know, he got hit in the leg by his own man.
He may be back.
He's trying to walk it off. He can't be back for 3 plays, so
see if Kopp can take advantage of all the leaks in that Saskatchewan defense now. Here's some heat. Kopp near side, had his receiver, and Gordon couldn't hang on. He's mad.
Well, see, Kopp didn't have the right timing there. It was a timing pattern to the outside, and when I say timing, I'm meaning Kopp has to throw that football before Robert Gordon turns around. Okay, and what he did is he went to throw it, and then he paused for a second, reloaded the rifle, and then delivered the pass, but he didn't get enough on it the second time when he reloaded it. See, that ball should have been in the air way before it was.
So it's 2nd and 10. Bombers at the Roughrider 45. Here's the heat. Kopp avoided it and found a target. It's Gordon again, but there's markers everywhere.
I think Deland McCullough tried to time up his motion to the line of scrimmage and was offside, or illegal procedure it would be called offensively, but he hit the line, and he was trying to keep onside, but I don't think he did.
Offside. Winnipeg, number 20. 2nd down repeated.
There he is right here, trying to time up the waggle to the line of scrimmage. You see him hop, you see him stop. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah. No, I can't. I can't hold it off.
So that flips it to 2nd and 15 now.
Different quarterback, different cadence, and that's not a big surprise.
Zeros on the clock. This should be the last play of the third quarter. Bombers back to the Roughrider 50. Kopp can't get it away. He's hammered.
Well, there's flags on the field, and if it's against Winnipeg, it'll be declined. See, Winnipeg wants this penalty. They want to punt with the wind.
Offside. Winnipeg, number 83. Penalties declined. 3rd down.
So that's Joseph Rogers.